Oh,
what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Entertainment Tonight, right here on AOC and WGS TV. I am your friendly neighborhood Russell Gamer, Double B Billy Boudreaux, along with Nick Nay, because he makes all the ladies.
It's Nay Day, Billy. It's Nay Day, and I don't make the ladies say Nay.
And the fact check.
And he's testifying that in open court.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Mike, peek there.
Yeah. What was Mike Awesome's
It was
nickname?
a wrestling passionate promo. Like this guy, Billy Boudreaux, who is now a local celebrity, was on the Hot 107.9.
Yeah, their Facebook.
Dude, I meant to send you that clip so we could have aired it.
You seen it?
Next week we're gonna air it. We will try to air
Local
that.
celebrity.
Local celebrity here,
Awesome
Billy
promo.
Boudreaux. Tell us about the traffic in Lafayette, Billy.
Now, let me set up what happened that day. On that day, the night before, I actually sprained my right hip, and I had only about 30 minutes of sleep the night before. So,
Sprained hip.
yeah, at my age, my health is not in the best of things. But what happened was I was going down College, which is right over here by the Lafayette General, where there was a stop sign on the other side of the Burden Reel Parking Center, and there's a lady there who saw me coming. And I could tell you this because I saw her face, and the entire time she is looking at me, and for some odd reason thought that she could take off right in front of me, and nearly. And I'm not exaggerating, guys. I was this close to hitting her, this close. I am not that close.
Yeah, Mama.
And I'm not
You should be
joking on
used
that
to
matter.
things those size, Billy. Hey!
I'm going to get you back for that one, but I reserve the
I'm
right
trying
to
to
do it.
do the heel commentary.
I know, but I reserve the right to get you back at a later date.
You do, you do.
And also, the last person we haven't introduced this week, ladies and gentlemen, Mark the Smart Trahan. Mark, how you doing?
Really good. Tomorrow I'm refereeing in Memphis. I'm refereeing in Texas.
Memphis and Texas. Look at this guy. Which, Mark, recently you've tried out online dating, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
How's that going out for you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you definitely need to show some of your referee pictures. You know, if you tap them 1, 2, 3, and hey, the ladies I think will love it. You know, get them a ref. So, anyways, ladies out there, if you're looking, this guy right here.
Yep.
I'm going to leave that statement alone for sanity's sake. But we got a new thing this week. The phone lines are back open this week, ladies and
Call
gentlemen.
in Corey and
Corey.
In September?
Yeah.
September,
I actually met him.
June, which we heard from earlier on our Higher Thoughts show.
I
at
met
6
him.
o'clock.
June actually has higher thoughts?
Yeah.
Or are they
some
just
Higher Thoughts earlier, yeah.
or are they just high thoughts?
That could be very
I met him in
possible
person. He
as
said
well.
he thinks you're too serious about wrestling. But
Well, really.
Really? But guys, they have, like, as far as wrestling goes, what this show is about, they got Backlash, the Cruiserweight Finals.
A lot to talk
they got
about.
Raw, they got SmackDown, they got Clash of Champions coming up, they got No Mercy kind of coming down the road. A lot to talk about. I got a lot of stuff written down.
Yeah, and I got a couple of news stories. And one I want to talk to you guys first before we go further.
And there's Corey.
Hey, Corey, let's bring him on.
it's speaker.
Speaker.
That's it. Yeah. Hey, Corey.
Corey, long time no hear, man. How you
It's
been?
been 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah.
How you been, Corey?
Oh, I got some good news.
What you got?
Y'all remember last time I said I was doing music, right?
Yeah?
Well, I'm dropping 2 parts of one part of my mixtape.
Oh, we're finally getting the Corey mixtape?
Oh, yeah. Y'all knew that was coming.
Well, spit us something off of it, man.
Well, I didn't really write nothing, but I just...
Oh, Nick's
So you got a mixtape
disappointed.
with it, but you didn't write nothing for it?
I think he said the mixtape was coming. So
It's coming.
So he's got
Gotta
to
write it
for
first.
Yeah,
Oh, I got one part of it where I just freestyle,
Nice.
and the other part,
Traffic.
the other part gonna be an album.
It's gonna make an album, and it's gonna go platinum.
And it's gonna be
Oh
good.
yeah,
platinum.
oh yeah.
So Corey, you got the WWE Network for $9.99, right?
Yes, sir. Wow, what you got?
Backlash this past Sunday, SmackDown's first official pay-per-view. We were about to go kind of through the card.
Yeah.
What did you think of the show, man?
I can tell you right now, that initial response you just said, Corey, about 85 to 90% of the people who do reviews on YouTube, like I do, said the exact same thing.
Except for the main event.
Yeah.
The main event was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
rest
it
of the
wasn't
card-
enough to save the whole show, to be honest, and that was
But
quite
that's because
disappointing.
SmackDown's hurting on their roster, man. They didn't have John Cena on it. They didn't have Randy Orton, and then, they kind of had a throwaway match with Kane and Bray Wyatt. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a letdown as far as
Yeah,
that.
the
We saw
Usos-
3 new champions, though. That's always exciting.
That's the SummerSlam.
Right.
SummerSlam.
Well, what about the Cruiserweight Finals? I was pretty impressed last night by the finalists in all of their matches, really. The 4 matches they had on.
It was a different winner too. Like people thought it was gonna be Grand Metallic's gonna win, or
Kota Ibushi.
Or
Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi. However, I am not surprised at all they went with TJ Perkins because the guy's phenomenal and he speaks English.
And he's a former TNA X Division champion.
Speaks English. That is the main thing because they're going to have him doing promotional stuff, obviously, and it kind of hurts whenever you don't speak English.
Yeah.
Corey, did you know TJ Perkins was in TNA?
No, I didn't know that. For
Yeah.
real.
Do you remember Manic?
No way.
Yeah, TJ
Suicide.
Perkins was Manic.
I'll be darned. I did not know that.
Suicide.
And Manic was really good.
Yeah, and he was a former X Division champion.
I remember that.
How y'all been, fellas?
Well, if you heard my story from the beginning of the show, it's been kind of a trying week for me. I also had the news that I might have to have surgery in the near future because I'm having issues with my hip.
GoFundMe. We're gonna make a GoFundMe. Billy Butcher.
How long you will be out?
It's not for certain yet because I have to see a specialist about it.
What's wrong with your hip?
I have before this turns into the Billy show, I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis in my left hip, which is bone-on-bone arthritis. Basically, the cartilage in my hip is next to none.
So, hip replacement?
Well, like I said, after the hip specialist, we'll see, because they're not for sure if I'm a candidate because of my age. I'm only 36.
Yeah.
Man, I got 2 metal hips.
Only 36?
I'm only 36, Core.
Yeah.
But let's get back to what this show is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about talking wrestling.
Well, of course, your injuries come from old matches that you had way back in your glory days, right, Billy?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what's your first question?
Well, first off, really, what did you think of the Cruiserweight Finals, and who are you picking to win?
No one y'all was just talking about.
Picking to win, the finals already happened.
I lied.
No.
Well, who
you
is your
pick?
favorite?
Yeah.
Who'd you pick to win? You know that didn't.
I wanted that black dude to win.
Rich Swann.
Yeah.
Rich Swann or Cedric Alexander?
Yeah,
even,
he lost
too.
to T.J. Perkins in the quarterfinals.
But he's going to be on Raw next week, though. So
Yeah, he's
they
been
had
signed
a
to a
little group
contract.
of the people that are going to be on Raw. Jack Gallagher was one of them. I imagine all the 4 finalists will be on Raw.
I would love to see the Brian Kendrick on Raw. In fact, what I would love to see, Corey, is a whole hour dedicated to the cruiserweights.
Yeah, like Nitro, like WCW did
What they
Nitro.
should do? Put all the cruiserweights on Raw for like a whole hour.
That's
what you just
a
said.
great idea, Corey.
Hey, I'm glad you had that idea. You should patent that.
Yeah, you put the words in Billy's mouth. You know.
So bring them in there.
But what about the main event from Backlash this past Sunday, Corey? AJ Styles is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. What are your thoughts about that?
I told y'all that ball was going to win that, though.
I told you that. Boy.
Well, I think John Cena said it correctly on SmackDown in that Dean Ambrose has kind of dropped the ball since he's been champion. And he's let down the company in what he could do as the champion.
Yeah, but think about it now. AJ Styles is now a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, a former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and now a former Ring of Honor Champion, and now a current WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
And let me ask you something about the birth situation.
Okay.
All right, we got the cruiserweight belt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's purple.
We got the what's the other belt for Raw?
Universal.
Universal
in the United States.
Yeah.
And the women's and the tag titles.
Okay, we got the Universal. We got the Universal. We got the women's. We got the tag titles.
The United States Championship.
We got the cruiserweight belt, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is the hardcore?
Non-existent.
I think they should bring the European
But there's
title.
one good thing. There's one good thing about that, Corey, is there is a DVD WWE just released on the history of the Hardcore Championship. You can go to like a local Walmart around here, and you can get it for like $20. It's I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet, but I will be watching it and reviewing it later on my YouTube channel.
Who's your favorite Hardcore champion?
I like Al Snow and Steve Blackman. Those were good champions.
My favorite hardcore champion?
Undertaker was hardcore champion. I think he was the best.
My favorite hardcore champion?
Who?
Out of everybody?
We got people watching us outside the door right here.
Yes,
and
lovely people watching us.
And somebody holding up a banner. Should we invite her in?
Surely, come on in. Come on in. Hello.
What's your name?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Sports Entertainment Tonight. What's your name?
We're going to do a quick little
you might want to
the camera's actually down there.
Yeah, the camera's right down there.
Aha, yes. A walk for mental health. Saturday, October 1st. Let's see, River Ranch Town Square at 8 a.m. You know, Lafayette, we love to do our walks.
Yeah.
So be a part.
Good cause.
I am stigma-free. No, we're all stigma-free here.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
if I didn't have any hip issues, I would be out there. But I have hip issues.
Which, thank you so much. What is the name of your show that you're on?
Insight to Mental Health.
Insight to Mental Health. Be sure to check that out, folks. And that comes on Thursdays at 8 o'clock.
You're correct.
I am correct. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Little inner AOC promotion here.
Yeah, it's for a good cause, too.
For a good cause. For a good cause. Be sure to go on that walk.
Where is the trivia?
Oh, yeah, we got Corey in trivia.
I wish I had one. I
could have one.
Who was the last...
Wait, hold on. Since he was talking about it, who was the first ever WWE Hardcore Champion?
It was given to him by...
Hardcore Holly.
No.
Yes.
I know, but it was for all the good of mankind. The last word of what I just said, Corey. Mankind. It was Mankind, Mick Foley. Vince McMahon brought the Hardcore Championship into existence when he was trying to kind of reshape the Mankind character. You know, he was clean shaven, he had a haircut, and he presented him with his own Hardcore Championship, which became a legitimate defendable title in WWE.
Yeah. You got another one for me? That one's kind of hard.
Well, who was the last World Heavyweight Champion?
The last?
Last World Heavyweight Champion, like the old WCW belt. And I'm going to give you a hint. Think back to 2001.
Yeah. Fast time.
No, and I mean like in WWE, before they merged the belts.
No, but you're close, because it was a guy who had the same finishing maneuver as Booker T. The bookend. He called it The Rock.
Yeah.
It was The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. I did it for The Rock.
Yeah, and that was the night they unified.
WCW World Heavyweight title. I'm talking about the World Heavyweight title that they retired in 2013.
Oh, well, you can't see this person. You can't see that person.
And they had a title to merge, and yet they carried both belts there for a while, and they merged the titles into the new WWE title.
He said it. John Cena.
Yeah, he sucks.
The last one to hold the heavyweight title. And who did he lose it to? To merge the titles.
Corey, can you see me on your TV screen?
Yeah.
Who does this?
Maybe Art.
There you go.
Maybe Art.
Yep.
So, Billy, no, I think it's about time to move on to the Backlash coverage, the CWC coverage, Raw, SmackDown. So, Corey, we appreciate your call.
Yes.
All right, next Thursday, brother.
And holler next week, man.
Holla.
All right, brother.
Good hearing you again.
All right.
Later.
Always great to hear back from Corey. It's been about 3 weeks since we've heard from him.
Well, the phones haven't been working, you know. I mean, because, hey, the phones would have been ringing off the hook, you know, because the show is just so popular, you know. So we act like keep the lines open for all of Acadiana, 366-8950.
Before we get to that story, I got a very interesting story to talk about with you guys. Is it possible that Cowboy James Storm is done with TNA? It's very likely, considering that Storm said this on his Twitter today. Quote, September 15th, hashtag free agent. So if Storm is done with TNA, gentlemen, is the door still open for Storm to return to NXT and possibly reunite with Bobby Roode for beer money? A glorious beer money.
I will be here.
What do you guys think?
I think it's likely.
Yeah.
He got a little bit of taste of NXT. You know, he had a couple matches, I think. And
but WWE, free money WWE would be better. Or something different.
Right now, that a couple of his TNA friends are in the WWE. You've seen somebody have success like AJ Styles and winning the world title.
And Samoa Joe with the NXT championship.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, they are getting opportunities.
Eric Young's would be...
he's officially signed with TNA, not TNA, NXT.
Which hasn't Ryback signed with TNA?
I don't know, but the last thing I heard is Ryback's actually trying to legally change his name to Ryback.
Yeah, someone you know.
Like another warrior.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he said. He wanted to follow in the footsteps of Ultimate Warrior by having his name legally changed to his wrestling gimmick.
Well, if he lives it, why not?
But here's the thing. Warrior was at this level. Ryback was at this level.
Yeah, and that's WWE's fault. He had that Warrior kind of momentum in the beginning.
Yeah.
But just as like an unstoppable beast, and he was kind of Goldbergish, you could say. But
he kind of reminded me like the pit bulls from ECW.
I would agree. But I look forward to them expanding the rosters. They're expanding the NXT roster mainly with a lot of the cruiserweight division. Which is really good.
I like the title. It's different.
I like it.
It's purple.
It's purple. I really like the the whole world, like the globe. It kind of reminds me of one of the older titles.
I think SmackDown should get another title like Raw. Maybe a European title. Or
I'm not sure because SmackDown, like I said, is only
it's a less.
And with Monday Night Raw, and again, they should format it like we just said. Or like Corey just said.
Really, they have 4 people in their mid-card, so basically everybody would have a title.
But they said Cesaro's...
However, but somebody you've been wanting to see for quite some time was found on this week's
I didn't necessarily say I wanted to see him. I was just wondering where he was. They had him and they weren't using him.
Well, now they are. We'll talk about it when we get to SmackDown.
Yes.
Sure, let's run through Backlash card real quick. Apollo Crews or Apollo Creed. Going against Baron Corbin in a non-announced match. Yeah, put me to sleep. That was the kickoff show.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin won at the end of days. Shane and Daniel Bryan, they opened the show, and I guess that's just a SmackDown thing.
Yeah.
I guess there's 2 big baby faces. The crowd gets excited to see them, but
yeah, the 2 people who are supposed to be the head of SmackDown Live, I think for their inaugural pay-per-view brand should open the show. I think it's the perfect thing to do.
I liked it okay. Let's see, the SmackDown Women's title. I thought it was a really good match.
Yeah, it actually went a different route than a lot of people were pegging. A lot of people had, and I think we even talked about it on here last week with the
betting.
Yeah, with the betting odds that Nikki Bella had the best odds to win, and they did not go that route. They actually had Nikki Bella get eliminated.
She has a feud with Carmella. That's going to be an undercard women's match in the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, but how about the winner? Becky Lynch is now the SmackDown Women's Championship. I got to ask you guys.
She got some gold.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she deserved it.
Definitely. So it was very interesting to see that WWE did not go the traditional route of someone who was blowing John Cena. I'm not sure if you can say that on AOC, but
blowing a kiss at him.
yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Talent is not.
Yeah, and that she was with John Cena, that she would get preferential treatment over the other talent. They did not go that route. They actually went with someone who's actually talented in the ring, in my personal opinion, and Becky Lynch.
Well, she's their #1 draft pick,
Exactly.
too, and she's been kind of having to take a back seat to Sasha Banks and Charlotte for the last year or so.
Yeah.
So
Thank God they didn't go with Eva Marie like some people were putting out on the internet over the past couple of months. That would have been just so horrifying.
All right, well, and even to kill two birds with one stone, I mean, we can kind of cover SmackDown with this, in that they had a #1 contenders match,
which was
for
just
the
as
women's
good.
title. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the Backlash match.
Yeah,
in
just
many
as
ways.
good.
But it was a fatal 5-way, pretty much.
Five-way.
This time it wasn't an elimination.
Mark is
match.
having dreams about a 5-way with him right now.
Hey, yeah.
What about you? Too? No, you're just one away with Asuka.
Becky Lynch got her little interview. She was on commentary, but these matches just have a bunch of near falls with the breakups. Usually it features 2 women at a time. And a couple are thrown out of the ring. Just to kind of feature 2, and it's a little safer that way. But ultimately, Carmella kicked Nikki Bella, and then Alexa Bliss threw her out and stole the victory. So Alexa Bliss is going to be your #1 contender.
How about that Harley Quinn getup that she has on there now? She looks good with that.
I like it.
DC and Warner Brothers.
She's going for the crazy blonde chick, so they're basically ripping off the gimmick.
Yeah,
because it's hot right now.
DC's going to sue him. Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I don't think they can because it's a parody of it. She's not going out there and saying that she's Harley Quinn. She's just
actually,
going out,
they did say she's the Harley Quinn of WWE,
which is in a parody style,
right? Of WWE, I suppose, kind of breaks that.
All Paradise, like.
But Becky Lynch, your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yes.
Let's see. Backstage, Miz was getting dissed by some Nickelodeon star. I didn't know who it was.
I facepalmed that. Because the show, that was one of the show's sponsors, was that Nickelodeon show.
No, okay.
Yeah, and it kind of made me, I was like, ugh. I don't know what was worse, the kid being there or the Miz.
Well, yeah, I didn't really get that either. Then Bray Wyatt. Oh, it had been released earlier in the day that Randy Orton had been cleared to wrestle. Yeah, he must have had a concussion or something over the weekend. But they basically wrote the storyline where Bray Wyatt ended up crushing Randy Orton's leg.
But
to where he couldn't have a match, really.
Which was a good solid way to kind of write about it, the storyline last second, especially with the news being so impromptu that he can't be on the pay-per-view because of the injury. So
yeah.
And I mean, like, obviously the smarks like us probably knew Randy Orton couldn't wrestle, and good way to keep the storyline going.
And Bray Wyatt can talk some crap about like he's too scared to face me. He's on the.
If you can understand some of the things that he says,
right.
I do. You gotta be smart to understand.
Which I mean, just to kind of lead to what that had.
Mark, are
you
saying something about me?
No, I'm just saying.
Well, Randy Orton was not cleared, and Bray Wyatt made the ref do like a 10-count forfeit. However, they came out and it's going to be a match against Kane, no holds barred. Basically, they got the chairs out.
I'm going to say this. I do Google Hangouts for pay-per-views. Yeah. And one of the things that a lot of the friends I have that come on with me said was, why was this old fossil, when he was talking about Kane,
beating Bray Wyatt?
Yeah. Exactly. What was the point of it?
Why can't Bray Wyatt get a pay-per-view victory?
Exactly. Those were exactly the same words that he said.
We're all saying it. But
it's been a while since Kane.
Well, it was a combination of that and people in my chat room saying, "Are you going to show the live stream on YouTube?" I'm like, I have it in my description box. I will not show live stream on YouTube. Yeah, when has anybody on YouTube actually got away with legally streaming a WWE show on their YouTube channel? No one.
Yeah.
Well, and they kind of continued the storyline on SmackDown Tuesday with basically a Y video, kind of a cryptic response to Randy Orton, and then showing, like, they do like the thing where he just appears out of thin air. Like, how do you think they do that in the show? They just turn the lights out and comes with the crowd maybe or something?
Something to that extent, because they can't do it the way they were doing it on SmackDown anymore because it's not pre-taped, it's live.
Right. But we did see the reunion of Eric Rowan with Bray Wyatt. I was hoping that Luke Harper would be there as well, but he wasn't.
It was kind of weird because we were first getting the... If you guys think back to when Eric Rowan, I think he lost to, I'm trying to think it was Dean Ambrose, I think. And
Wyatt was done with him.
Yeah, and kind of just turned his back on him, and now all of a sudden he's back.
It's because they don't have anything else for Rowan, honestly, I think. You know, it's just like, okay, so what else can we do with Eric Rowan other than have him in the Wyatt family?
But they didn't even have the Wyatt family for SmackDown, like... Luke Harper comes back. I think Eric Rowan and Luke Harper would be awesome.
Right, and Braun Strowman can do his own thing on Raw. He's just a monster from the Wyatt family.
I think that's the next SmackDown champions. I think that's who's going to beat Heath Slater and Ronnie. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, I think.
I mean, I think it'll end up being the Usos or Alpha eventually.
But
probably the Usos, and then Alpha beat the Usos.
I like the Usos' new gimmick and new...
but speaking of, Usos coming out, they went against the Hype Bros. And the Usos aren't wearing their makeup anymore.
They don't care about the children anymore.
Yeah, they're wearing like black, and that was kind of like their gimmick when they first started, really.
When they came out with Tamina as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're doing a good job as heels. Yeah. Personally, you know, I mean, they're selling it pretty well. I can understand, you know, their storyline makes sense. Like, okay, they feel disrespected by the fans. You know, ever since they pretty much helped out Roman Reigns, they've been getting booed. You know, so.
Or like when he got hurt, you know, and people. You know.
Well, they didn't deserve, I don't think, to win the tag team title or the Slammy Award for the best tag team last year. That should have been New Day, but New Day was a heel at the time. But Usos against the Hype Bros. Woo woo woo! We don't get hype. We stay hype. Usos winning a pretty good match, I suppose. To advance. Next round we had, which I guess they advanced to take on Slater and Rhino, who, as you mentioned earlier, are the new tag team champions, Billy.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, and not only that, but Slater's got a T-shirt now that says "I got kids" on it.
I got kids. On the back, I need this job. That shirt's probably going to sell well.
Yeah, his daughter's going to get her tongue, and he's going to get double wide. And
he finally gets his double wide above ground pool. Yeah. You know, so and in 7 kids, he's going to buy his daughter a tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty funny, like, you know.
I think it's like somebody told me that it's pretty much like a doctor. When they went to Dr. David Schultz's house, his trailer. It's like the 21st century version of that. You know.
Almost like Larry the Cable Guy's writing this stuff or something. Let's see. Dolph Ziggler against The Miz. Dolph Ziggler's another one that everybody loves, but can't get a pay-per-view victory to save his life.
No.
But Miz retains because I guess Maurice sprayed Dolph Ziggler with some mace or something.
I thought it was hairspray.
Or hairspray. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was hairspray.
I'm sure it was probably something that wasn't, like, it was probably water, you know.
Yeah.
But they were told that it was like aerosol or something. But as I said earlier, I thought the main event stole the show. It was worth watching it. AJ Styles, your new WWE champion, and I'm actually happy about it. Dean Ambrose just didn't do it for me as the WWE champion.
Yeah.
And I've heard reports that AJ Styles is going to have a lengthy title reign, more than likely.
I'm thinking until WrestleMania.
That's what a lot of the reports are saying.
Being CM Punk's
And I think as of right now, we saw the return of John Cena on SmackDown, and he inserted himself into the Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles feud. I merely think this is just giving Cena something to do until he heads Team SmackDown against Team Raw at Survivor Series.
Yeah, and that move has got a lot of people confused. I even spoke with a lot of my friends that I hang out with on Google Hangouts for pay-per-views, and they're just as confused as I am. As like, how did John Cena get a title shot when he lost to AJ Styles at SummerSlam cleanly?
Right, and then just because he can come out and talk trash to Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
But you almost saw the seeds of a Dean Ambrose heel turn even.
Definitely
And
with
I'm
the
thinking
attack.
they're going to lead, that's going to lead to Dean Ambrose, John Cena, WrestleMania next year.
And not only that, but what about that crowd reaction that Dean Ambrose got after he hit Dirty D's on John Cena at the end of SmackDown?
Yeah.
It was a negative reaction.
Surely. Yeah, because Cena's been coming and bringing the science lately in the ring and on the microphone.
Oh, that promo, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
That
like, he was talking some serious, like, Stone Cold was right about you, you know? I mean, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought it,
And the crowd liked it.
yeah.
Yeah, like Cena did like a
Because they
little pipe
agree.
bomb.
I mean, like,
Cena
Dean
put a
Ambrose
shoe-
was nothing special as a
It
champion.
was almost thugonomics Cena. In a
Thugonomics
sense.
Cena. Yeah, and he brings that science in his promos for a good bit. When he's not trying to be goofy and stuff, Cena's pretty good.
Yeah, but he was like doing like pretty much a pipe bomb. He was like, you ain't crap. You
Yeah,
know?
Cena said Dean Ambrose doesn't have balls. He's like, yeah, you're sitting here complaining about getting kicked in the balls, but you did the same thing to AJ Styles pretty much the other night.
Yeah.
You know, so,
All the rope and all that stuff.
And he called, Dean Ambrose called Cena a part-timer, and but I guess Shane O'Mac and Daniel Bryan are about the ratings, so get Cena involved in that triple threat.
But I think,
it's something for Cena to do.
yeah, and a lot of people saying that Ambrose is better without a championship. Yeah.
He belongs in the mid-card.
Yeah.
Like, get him fighting Miz, But, all in all, what y'all's grade on Backlash?
I have to give it a solid C. Because overall, the show, the overall content of the show was kind of lackluster in a sense. The main event was good, but it wasn't good enough to actually save the overall show.
I will say the matches were longer than usual because they only had about 7 matches on a 3.5-hour card.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the matches seem to be at least 5-10 minutes longer than they typically are on a pay-per-view. Which I thought made the matches a little bit better. I gave it a little better grade of, a solid B minus.
Mark?
I give it a C, but the only thing that was good was the AJ Styles.
I thought that was definitely the best match, but I thought the women's match was pretty good. The tag match was entertaining enough. The Intercontinental match was kind of Bobo. Baron Corbin match was Bobo. So, should we go Raw or y'all want to do Cruiserweights?
Let's do a little bit of Raw because I think we got some stuff to talk about for Monday Night Raw.
Cool.
Especially with the opening. Now, one thing I've always been wanting to find out is what exactly will WWE be doing with the women's championships scenario. With Sasha Banks last week saying that she was coming after the title. But on the same token, Bayley has been super pushed ever since she made her debut on the main roster. Yeah. Exactly. So what exactly were they going to do? Well, they actually had a weird confrontation for the opening segment, where it was Charlotte being interviewed with Dana Brooke out there. Then Sasha Banks would come out there and do the same bit. And then Bayley would come out. And then Mick Foley would at first make the match a one-on-one match for the championship. And then Dana Brooke slapped the taste out of Charlotte's mouth and somehow made it a triple threat. Now, I will say this, Nick. There was no way Dana Brooke was going to go over in that match.
No, of course not.
No, and she was kind of like Big Cass in that match. She was just a body to be in there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Put her over,
So it actually was, to me, came down to Bayley and Sasha Banks. And I'm surprised, honestly, that they went the route of Sasha Banks. I don't hate Sasha Banks. I love her. She's great in the ring. But Bayley had been super pushed the past 3 weeks, ever since she made her main roster debut. And now they just kind of said, you know what, we're going to forget that. We're going to push it to the side, and we're going to put Sasha Banks in the match.
Which ultimately, I think Sasha Banks rushed back her recovery because she was afraid of losing her spot to Bayley.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was kind of lame of her to drop the title anyways if you're only going to be out 2 weeks. Like, you can take 2 weeks off and still be champion.
And why couldn't they do a triple threat for the title?
Right, and they could have done, which I think they're saving that for WrestleMania, honestly. So, needless to say, or some Survivor Series, whatever it may be,
I think Bayley's
for one of the big pay-per-views.
Yeah, but I think Bayley could be a next women's champion. I think Bayley and Shotzi should have their next main roster have like a on a women's match.
But I will say something shocking.
Last one standing.
Dana Brooke was actually good in this match.
She's better.
Yeah.
But considering who she's working with, they pretty much had to carry her in a sense.
And they're kind of hitting like almost Dana Brooke trying to turn on Charlotte, maybe becoming a baby face, I guess. I don't know.
Just getting tired of
give
Charlotte's
somebody
crap.
new for Nia Jax to crush.
Yeah. Or I think Nia Jax could be a good bodyguard for Charlotte. You know, everybody, because Charlotte's always talks crap.
The female Diesel.
Yeah.
Which actually, for the first time, I thought Nia Jax's match on Raw was pretty actually good.
Yeah.
She was going against Alicia Fox, who I think they're going to hold out the real match for the pay-per-view. But it was basically just like Nia Jax beating the crap out of Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty entertaining. We saw like her do a spear through the barricade, which you usually only see Roman Reigns do.
Yeah.
And grabbing Alicia by the hair, slinging her against.
She reminds me of like aggressive, like remember Bull Yonka, women's champion.
And Bull Nakano?
Yeah, she reminds me of her. Like
What about Awesome Kong?
Yeah, Awesome Kong. Yeah, that aggressive.
You ever get the feeling that if Awesome Kong Karma hadn't had to leave WWE due to her pregnancy, that this would be the gimmick that we're going to have her work? The one that Nia Jax is doing?
Pretty much
essentially, yeah. I mean, it's just about the same.
But Nia Jax is, I guess, she's Samoan. She's part of the dynasty, and she's a lot of people think she's more prettier.
And man, you can tell they cake her makeup on because she has some horrible complexion. She's got like a bunch of pimples.
Yeah.
What about Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn on Monday Night? Jericho as a heel is absolutely entertaining. I mean, just absolutely. I love him. Jericho as a heel is pure gold.
And he puts the guys over. I think he's one of the
hilarious.
best. Yeah.
Man, he's hilarious. And him and Owens as a comedy duo, I mean, like, oh my God. Yeah, and Owens is the right person with the title right now. He's the hottest in the company, in my opinion.
Like, Jericho's the stick, and Owens is like the serious person. Like, Jericho's just crazy, and Owens is like the,
And what was his little thing that he said about, Jericho highlight reel? It was something about the It, and then in one of his backstage interviews, I don't know.
I think it was like, you stupid idiot. It. Why did I point at myself?
Yeah, there you go. Bo Dallas went against another jobber, Brandon Scott, and their chance for Let's Go Jobber.
But this is for that the Chinese wrestler. They're trying to make Bo Dallas.
They're trying to put over Bo Dallas on Chinese television.
Yeah. But he got in trouble for getting arrested.
He was drunk, public intoxication.
We think his dad whipped him. You think he's like, no, daddy, no.
But we did kind of.
I don't think Mike Rotunda would do that.
Yeah.
But as far as the Jericho and Zayn, that is going to lead into a feud between them because they were talking trash with each other, and appears they're going to be going against each other at Clash of Champions.
He called Jericho Kevin Owens as a B
man, I got an itch.
Yeah.
Because Sami Zayn just said Kevin Owens is using
a B dog.
Yeah.
Y2J hit him with his phone, and then hit him with a code breaker.
Yeah.
Which those phones probably don't feel good. Match 5 of the best of 7 between Cesaro and Sheamus.
What did I tell you when they first started this series? That they were going to draw it out to the very last match. And the direction they're going right now seems to indicate that that's exactly what they're going to be doing.
The 7th match will be at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, for the Clash.
Because they got 1 week left of Raw. They'll have the 6th match next week. Cesaro will win. And then they'll have the deciding match on Clash of Champions. Which there's rumors going around that Cesaro might be headed to SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe if Sheamus beats Cesaro, or they maybe add the extra stipulation that the loser goes to Raw or SmackDown, then I could see maybe Sheamus winning.
I always figured the stipulation would be the winner gets a title shot at the United States Championship.
That's basically what they had said, but they could add an extra. We already talked about Nia Jax, which of course Cesaro did win. It's 3-2 now. Actually, Cesaro cheated.
Dirty pen.
Yeah. He had his foot on the ropes, but hey, you got to do anything to win.
Yeah.
New Day and pretty much the entire WWE makes fun of the club's old days segment last week, kind of as I did. I thought it sucked. Billy thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But that's his type of sense of humor, he said.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a bad one.
Basically wasted 5 minutes and 37 seconds of our life, according to the New Day. Anderson and Gallows came away, and it really does appear that WWE finally woke up on that, and they're getting away from the comedy act as far as and just having a bruisers again.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Well, that's what they wear in New Japan. That's kind of effective for them, I think.
Yeah.
Which they're probably really funny guys. And some of their sketches were okay, but they're no New Day. And some of it comes off cheesy, and they're better bruisers.
Sometimes New Day came out some cheesy stuff like
yeah. And that's just wrestling, and it's not every week is gonna be awesome, Let's see. Ooh, is Jinder Mahal gonna get a push?
Maybe the cruiserweight if you lose some weight.
He kind of had a new gimmick.
In a sense, you found his inner peace, that namaste stuff and whatnot.
Right, and he was speaking like Arabic, which of course the fans booed the crap out of him for that.
Yeah. And then the person who you said should be on a milk carton actually showed up. Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger, baby, USA.
And lost.
We, the people,
can't get a win on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick, we the people. That would have been good for like Jack Swagger and Jet Cutler. Zeb Cutler with the
Zeb Coulter.
Yeah, Coulter. Yeah, Cutler.
Yeah, Dirty Dutch Mantel.
Mm-hmm.
Who's selling a lot of his prized wrestling memorabilia for money because it says it holds no sentimental value with them whatsoever.
How about Jinder Mahal's finisher?
A modified neckbreaker.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy, and he didn't execute it very well.
Yeah, it's something William Regal used to do towards the latter part of his career in WWE when he was in the ring.
Which, of course, we actually saw Jack Swagger again the next night on SmackDown. He made the switch.
Yep. So maybe they can actually give him a good push on a solid show like SmackDown.
Well, I mean, he'll be somebody new for The Miz to lose to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or screw over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but at least he'll be on the card.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kofi and Xavier Woods went against the Club. The Club got the victory. So that'll probably prolong that feud, get him another tag shot, tag title shot. Enzo and Epico, why?
I don't know. I guess just to give the Shining Stars and Enzo and Big Cass something to do, because what have they done with the Shining Stars ever since they made their debut? Nothing.
But, I mean, I do give them credit. This week they finally did actually kind of give the Shining Stars a little bit more backstage camera time to build their characters as far as selling the timeshares to R-Truth. And that kind of gave them like a dirty businessman kind of
like
character.
Bad
I'm thinking about R-Truth's face when he put the page down. He was like, I was like, what the hell?
Which we hadn't really seen R-Truth or the Golden Truth in a little bit,
Because they really haven't any uses for them.
Because they do need a little bit of comedy and on Raw, and we get it from the New Day.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, to see him on next week's Monday Night Raw against the Shining Stars. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, it would be bad taste if the Shining Stars made up of like a little a package, the Bruiser Brody package.
Yeah, I could definitely. That's a good point, Billy. I think I could see him on there. Let's see what else. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens.
Now, it wasn't one of the scenarios I talked about last week when we were talking about this match. There were several ways that this match could have played out.
Dude, didn't we call it?
Yeah, that Rusev coming back, because that storyline did not have a definitive end. It did not have a definitive conclusion. And, of course, it would have Rusev interfere in the match and basically cost Roman Reigns the match.
Yeah.
Which is what happened. We called it last week on Sports Entertainment Tonight. Folks, if you want to know what's happening on wrestling even before it happens,
watch us.
Watch our show. Call in live, 366-8950. If you're a wrestling fan, you do it.
Or subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/WrestleGamer.
Yeah.
So, to kind of Clash of Champions is going to be not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. This is kind of what I have going as a card here. Main event, Universal title, Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins.
With the possibility of Triple H interfering in that match.
Yeah.
I think it's almost a certainty. Which that will basically lead to a main event of Seth Rollins versus Triple H at Survivor Series, I'm thinking. Women's title, Charlotte against Sasha Banks.
Yeah,
If Dana
pretty good
Brooks
match.
is out of the match, then I would think they would put the title back on Sasha Banks. However, if Dana Brooke is out there, it could be up for grabs. I have no idea.
I think Dana Brooke will get involved, and so will Bayley.
Yeah. The
But we'll talk about predictions next week.
Yeah.
Tag titles is going to be New Day against the Club, which of course will be Big E and Kofi most likely defending against the Club.
Because they did Xavier and Kofi on SummerSlam.
Right, and of course it was disqualification. U.S. title is going to be Rusev against Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
And hopefully we'll see a definitive conclusion to that one.
Yeah.
We hope so as well.
Because we didn't even see a match at SummerSlam.
I'm actually looking forward to this one. Chris Jericho against Sami Zayn.
They've worked some great matches before, and they should have another one for Clash of the Champions.
I agree.
And,
I think we'll probably get the 7th match of Sheamus and Cesaro.
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah. Who's the winner?
Yeah, we'll see. Nia Jax is most likely going to go against Alicia Fox. Probably. I imagine Alicia Fox will get over on Nia Jax a little bit. She'll get one up on her, and then get her butt whipped at Clash of Champions.
I don't know if Alicia Fox would be the right one for her to go over, to be the one to go over on.
It's going to happen, Billy. You just
I don't
wait and
know.
see. Titus O'Neil against Darren Young.
Please,
Maybe.
when will
Boring.
this end?
Maybe.
Let them be tag teams. They need tag teams.
I mean, this show, not Titus O'Neil.
All right.
Just Darren Young. I have seen that, and we got a chat room. Blake is in there, and Blake Dozer, and he says, "What's up,
Blake?
boys? Long time
Yeah,
no
what's up,
see."
Dozer?
What's up, Blake?
Let's see.
But Titus O'Neil and Darren Young needs to end.
And they got to end it at a pay-per-view, so might as well have him do it there. Enzo and Cass against the Shining Stars.
I'd see that as a kickoff match more than anything.
Definitely. And then just some question marks here. T.J. Perkins against maybe Neville, maybe another cruiserweight.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how they start building up the cruiserweight division and how they implement them on Monday Night Raw.
That
Yeah,
starts
they did it-
Monday. So
Yeah.
and it's Clash of Champions, so you'd think every belt is going to be defended.
Yeah.
So I would think T.J. Perkins is going to be on that show. Also, some question marks here. Bo Dallas, he's been on Raw. They've been pushing him. I don't think he gets a Clash of Champions match, though. Jinder
There's
Mahal.
been a couple of
Yeah, we
talent
already talked about
enhancement
that.
matches.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal. Braun Strowman, Neville, Bayley, I think she gets involved in the women's title match. And then T.J. Perkins, maybe Kota Ibushi, maybe, Neville, maybe. I don't know. It could be anybody.
I do have some news, however, that's relevant to Clash of the Champions. According to NoDQ.com, Bill Goldberg has been teasing an appearance at the Clash of the Champions. Now, to do what? I don't know, but this
Promote
is just
the video game.
pure speculation. Now, the reason why people are speculating about this is because Goldberg is scheduled to appear on Eric Bischoff's latest video podcast, which takes place in the same town as Clash of the Champions, and it happens just hours before the Clash. So the question now becomes, gentlemen, if the rumors are true, just what will WWE do with Goldberg at the Clash?
Just make an appearance and
Call out Brock Lesnar, maybe.
maybe redo WrestleMania, how bad it was.
That's all we need is to see it 10 years later.
Yeah.
It's like Dumb and Dumber Part 2, it's just like, okay, I guess the good parts wore off.
Yeah.
But we already kind of talked about SmackDown a little bit. As far as a No Mercy card, they've got AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, John Cena. That should be pretty good. Bray Wyatt against Randy Orton. We should get it this next pay-per-view, I would hope.
Alexa Bliss against Becky Lynch.
Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch. Miz, I don't know where they're going with Miz right now. Maybe Dolph Ziggler again, it looks like kind of right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're going to get Slater and Rhino against Breezango.
Breezango, where did that come from?
Breezango. Why? Because I think you're going to see the Usos against American Alpha. So who else is heel? They already beat Ascension on SmackDown. There's no other heel tag team. Maybe the Vaudevillains. I'm thinking Breezango, who got the win at Battleground. And they actually looked pretty good at Battleground. I also think you'll see Nikki Bella against Carmella. So pretty much like the SmackDown pay-per-view, their next pay-per-view is just about laid out.
Pretty much.
So that's kind of what's going on in that. Oh, and how could we forget the biggest news in wrestling this week really was in UFC. In 2 minutes, your boy
got his butt stomped.
Yeah.
CM Punk
In 1 minute
got
or 2
punked
minutes.
out in about a minute and a half.
And earned $500,000 for it.
$500,000 in a minute and a half, which actually it took him 3 years in a minute and a half, you know, so.
And how about Dana Brooke saying that Punk's next fight should not be in the UFC?
You mean Dana
Well,
White?
of course not.
That's what I said, didn't I?
You said Dana Brooke.
I thought I said Dana White.
Oh, Dana Brooke.
But it should. Well, we'll check back on the tape and we'll confirm that next week.
Dana Brooke said he's the
Dana White.
Dana White.
Dana White.
So, yeah, Dana White said CM Punk, well, I mean, why would he? Because now that CM Punk is lost, he gave him like an easy guy, you know, as much as you can get for CM Punk. He wanted CM Punk to win because it sells pay-per-views, you know, so, but
now that he got his ass stomped.
It's like you never fought a fight before,
yeah.
So why would you have another one in UFC?
I think he only threw like 1 or 2 punches before he tapped out. I think.
Well, because he like lunged at the guy and he pretty much like picked him up and slammed him and tackled him and then choked him out.
So what does CM Punk do from here?
He said he wants to have another UFC fight. Well, he wants to keep on doing MMA, is what he said.
He's gonna have to do a lot more training.
I think him and McMahon make a deal in court, and McMahon has him by the balls, tells him to come back for WrestleMania 34 and go against Samoa Joe.
Or about go against Hideo Itami for the rights to use GTS.
There you go. That could be a good SummerSlam feud.
Or be a tag team.
Very quickly from NXT, there was a confrontation between Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura, which ended with Samoa Joe driving Shinsuke Nakamura through a set of stairs on the ring apron. And Shinsuke Nakamura had to be taken out of the arena and taken to the hospital. Opening match, it was Liv Morgan defeating Rachel Fazio with a rear naked choke. Drew Gulak took on Hideo Itami. It was Itami with the GTS on Drew Gulak to pick up the win. The Authors of Pain beat up some local jobbers. Don't need to go any further than that. Then the main event with Noe Jose and the glorious Bobby Roode. I got to say, that was an interesting entrance for Bobby Roode. They had him standing on a little turntable thing, and the lights were just shining on him when they were doing the song and everything. But it was a good match, but it was Bobby Roode with the Impaler DDT. I think they probably thought the pump handle slam finish, calling it the Glorious Bomb, was kind of crap, and honestly, it was. So I think switching it up to the Impaler DDT from Bobby Roode and his moveset was the right thing to do.
All in all, what did you think of NXT?
NXT, I've said it for a long time, it's been the saving grace of WWE. If not for Tom Phillips.
Yeah, Tom Phillips.
And we have other
I will
news.
harbor a grudge.
We found out Del Rio was he failed for steroids.
Yes, and Del Rio was kind of pissed about it. He said he thought he should have been allowed because he's older and needs to recover and stuff. He also threw Cien Almas under the bus, saying that Cien Almas wants to quit. So that I'm sure he doesn't really appreciate Del Rio saying that. That probably got him some heat.
Speaking of Del Rio, Paige got Alberto's name tattooed underneath her left boob.
Yeah, I did see that, and Paige quit the WWE, so did Alberto.
No. Apparently, because I'm pretty sure you got that from Ringside Sports. I'm trying to remember his name, Front Row Brian, that reported that. He would then go on to apologize and said that report was false, that Paige has not left the company, and this is something she actually tweeted out recently to her fans. She said, "First, I'd like to thank all my fans for their love and support over the last few weeks. Let me begin by saying that the rumors that I am leaving the WWE are completely false. I certainly look forward to returning back to action at some point once my injury is treated and on a healthy return. Although I was disappointed by my suspension, I respect the WWE's wellness policy. However, let me be clear that I was not suspended for failing a drug test. It was merely due to a procedural issue. I took the test, I passed it. I arranged said test to happen after I wasn't at my home when Aegis, A-E-G-I-S, contacted me So I drove 200 miles to do it. Unfortunately, I didn't do it in time according to Aegis. So once again, thank you for all the love and support. So Paige, right there, dispelling the rumors that she's leaving WWE. She's not.
Yeah, she's not.
Meaning she went and did some detox real quick and went back and took the drug test.
Well, we're only going by what she said. So, it's like straight from the horse's mouth. That's really the only thing we could say about it.
Sure. Other than that, it's speculation.
So things to look forward to coming next week for wrestling. Of course, the debut of the Cruiserweights on Monday Night Raw. And again, one thing that we want to see is a full hour dedicated to the Cruiserweights. Because I think
it's the ratings. I think it's going to be the ratings.
Yeah, and not only that, but I think it kind of eases up WWE creative because then they don't really have to write storylines to last for a whole 3-hour show.
Yeah, segments after segment. It could be this wrestling.
Yeah, with the Cruiserweights.
Yeah.
So that's one possible scenario that they can go for.
And also they have guys that are Cruiserweights and they use to do something like, they have, Neville.
As I noticed, we're kind of running low on time here. In fact, we got about a little less than 35 seconds left in this week's show. So again, guys and gals, I want to remind everybody to be sure you check us out every week right here on Acadiana Open Channel, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Central Time. Thank you very much to Corey for calling in this week. And hopefully we'll hear from June if he's got the stomach for it next week. Yeah. So again, we're going to talk more about the Cruiserweights and what they did on Monday Night Raw and also what happened on SmackDown and a preview of Clash of the Champions. So with that being said, he is Nick Nayday Fuquay.